Hi, this is Nanette Hosenfeld with the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Wednesday, May 30th, 2018. Looking at fire potential impacts over the next few days, today and tomorrow we will see showers and wet thunderstorms across central to northern portions of the Great Basin. You can see those areas highlighted in green. We will also see gusty winds with low relative humidity today and tomorrow. The area today will be focused mainly across southeastern Nevada, southwestern Utah and the Arizona Strip, and then as we move into tomorrow, we'll see that area expand greatly to the north and east. This is due to a cold front moving through the region. Also of note today, we will see some gusty winds, but higher relative humidities across the Sierra Front and along western Nevada. Then by the time we move into Friday, that cold front will be through the area for the most part, and we will see winds decrease. We still could see some gusty westerly to northwesterly winds, but they will not be at critical levels. Over the past 24 hours, there has been a fair amount of precipitation across the northern part of the Great Basin. There were quite a few thunderstorms, as you can see from the lightning map on the right, mainly along the line stretching across Idaho and also along western Nevada. Over the past 7 days, most of the precipitation has been focused across the northern and central portions of the Great Basin, and it has been very dry further south in the area. Looking back over the past 30 days, you can see a similar trend where the majority of the precipitation has been focused across the southeastern part of the area. With how dry it has been across the southeast, it should be no surprise that our ERCs are in some areas up to the 80th and even 90th percentiles. So with the drier, warmer weather across the southeast, we are definitely seeing the driest conditions in those areas. Continuing along with fuels, you can see that fuels are really quite dry across the southern and eastern portions of the Great Basin. This site from the Uintas shows the lodgepole pine at record low levels. Clark Canyon in southern Nevada also has very low juniper levels, and sagebrush observation from AC in southern Utah also shows below average moisture. So our fields across the south and the southeast are really quite dry due to the lack of precipitation in those areas. Satellite this morning shows a weather disturbance across the western United States that will slowly make its way through the Great Basin through Friday and will be responsible for the critical fire weather that we're expecting today and tomorrow. So looking at today, again in this upper weather map, you can see the low pressure system moving on to the west coast of the United States. So for this afternoon, as far as fire potential, we are looking at the driest fields across the southeastern portions of the area. No high risk today. We will see some elevated winds, but not at the critical levels that we're expecting tomorrow. Looking in a little more detail, you can see really dry conditions across portions of Nevada, Utah, and the Arizona Strip, and some really gusty winds across southern Nevada this afternoon. As we move into Thursday, that weather system begins to make its way into the Great Basin, and we will see increasing winds ahead of a cold front that it will be sending through the area. With those increasing winds and dry conditions across the south and southeast, we are highlighting the threat for critical fire weather conditions from wind across the highlighted orange areas on the map. So looking again in more detail at that, you can see from the image on the left how it'll be really bone dry across many portions of southeastern Utah and the Arizona Strip this Thursday afternoon. And looking at the winds, we are expecting some pretty gusty winds ahead of that approaching cold front. As we move into Friday, we start to see drier air make its way into the area as that cold front and weather system move out of the area. Still continuing to see drier conditions across the southeast, but we look at some of those areas in Nevada going back to green with the cooler conditions moving in behind that cold front. So looking at that in a little more detail, you can see a little higher humidities across Nevada on Friday, and wind gusts will be significantly lower than what we are expecting to see today and tomorrow. So over the next 3 days, the precipitation accumulation will be focused again across the northern part of the Great Basin. You can see kind of that band signature showing up. So similar areas where we've seen precipitation over the past few days, we will continue to see over the next 3 days. As we move into Saturday, we keep pretty dry conditions across the south. Pretty similar moving into Sunday with drier conditions across the south and cooler temperatures, higher humidities further north. And then as we move into Monday, we start to see another disturbance developing across the area that could lead to some higher winds next week. And continuing into Tuesday, we see again that similar pattern with drier conditions across the south, more humidity across the north, and again the potential for some more gusty winds next week with these weather systems moving through the area. Looking at the 7-day precipitation total, really not much different from the 3-day precipitation total, so we are expecting to see most of the precipitation in the next 3 days. Finally, in the 8 to 14-day period, the Climate Prediction Center is calling for above normal temperatures across the entire area, with below normal temperatures or below normal precipitation across the northwest, and a little sliver of above normal precipitation possible across the southeast, where we really haven't seen much precipitation yet this year. So that's it. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us. Our information is on the screen, and you can also find us on Twitter. Thanks.